Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon. And welcome. We're so happy to have all of you here with us today. My name is Ann Thompson. I'm the Executive Vice President of Architecture and Design with Related Midwest. And I am so happy to welcome you to the ribbon cutting for our third phase of Roosevelt Square. We are actually celebrating the opening of 3 new residential buildings, including this incredible building. We are honored to be joined by Mayor Johnson, Alderman Irvin, Commissioner Castaneda, Angela Herlock, the Interim CEO of the CHA, Mary Bagot, President of the ABLA Local Advisory Council, and Related's own Michael Kaplan, who was the fearless champion of this redevelopment. Having been a part of this project from its inception, I am so proud of what we have accomplished here. And I want to give a special thanks to our entire Related team who have been so dedicated to bringing this vision to life. Thank you. We're also particularly proud of the amazing architecture teams we partnered with for this project. Land & Bone Baker Architects and Moody Nolan for this beautiful building, and also Design Bridge for 1257 and 1357 West Roosevelt Road. The National Public Housing Museum and Residences were a collaboration between HED and Land & Bone Baker as well. And of course, all the landscape was completed by the Site Design Group. We are so lucky, and sometimes we forget how lucky we are to have such incredible design talent in Chicago. So thank you to all of our design teams. These architects have embedded the principles of incredible design excellence at Roosevelt Square. Each building has a distinctive, thoughtful expression that is both innovative and respectful of the history of the near West Side neighborhood. What's really special is how these buildings are designed with people in mind, people first. Excuse me. Each enhances the pedestrian experience, connecting the neighborhood and adding vibrancy throughout. Related Midwest has stayed true to its roots as the Midwest's largest affordable housing developer, delivering, acquiring, and preserving more than 10,000 affordable units without ever converting one to market rate. I couldn't be prouder of how we are continuing that commitment to equitable housing here at Roosevelt Square. Through strong partnerships and thoughtful collaboration, we are transforming the former ABLA home sites into a vibrant mixed-income community, bringing over 200 new apartments in this phase alone, including CHA, affordable, and market-rate homes. Roosevelt Square stands as a model for collaborative investment and community-driven growth. At completion, it will bring over 2,000 homes to the near West Side, along with new retail and restaurant space that supports local businesses. This phase also included the renovation of the last remaining Jane Addams Homes building, now home to the recently opened National Public Housing Museum, which has already earned national recognition. From the very beginning, we knew how important it was to honor this site's rich culture and history while ensuring Roosevelt Square could serve Chicago families for generations to come. I want to take a moment to recognize who made today's milestone possible. In addition to Mayor Johnson, Alderman Irvin, Commissioner Castaneda, the Chicago Housing Authority, and other city officials, they include our leading partners, contractors, and design teams, all of whom have worked tirelessly to get us to this point. So thanks to each and every one of you. And last but certainly not least, I want to thank the residents of the near West Side neighborhood whose support and engagement have made this a true community success. Thank you all for being here to celebrate this milestone with us. And now I'd like to welcome Alderman Irvin to the podium to share a few remarks.
Thank you. It's about 8 years ago, we were in the basement of the Greek Orthodox Church right at Polk and Ashland. I tried to understand, why did I ever become an alderman? It was a very interesting conversation to have with residents here in an area that was new to me, having been remapped into this area from Madison and Pulaski, which is a whole nother set of host of issues, to come down to a community that had been without public housing for so long that people forgot whose land it actually was. To go from there to building our first building down the street that now houses the beautiful library and is one of the most architecturally significant buildings along Taylor Street today, to where we are today, where we're bringing along another 222 units of housing, of affordable housing, CHA housing, and market rate housing to this community, could not have happened without the, I'll call the hard work and perseverance of members of this community. We talk about Abbott, Brooks, Loomis, and Adams. That is the acronym that makes up ABLA and the community that it represents. That so many people had forgotten about its existence here along Taylor Street, that had gotten used to this being a parking lot that we fought over cars being parked at this site that was dedicated for years for people to live. Through the work of all of the previous mayors and our current mayor, we have gotten to this point today. And what I will say is that we will continue. As you can look out the window and see, there are still parcels of land dedicated to keeping people on and for housing and for other uses that will go along with housing. The one thing I will say is that we've been able to bring forth not just housing, but stuff that people need with housing, as we did at the other parcel with the library, here with the small grocery store, and other places along this particular strip. And so with that, we want to continue not only to build housing, but build the other amenities that our community needs here and want to continue to bring forward for the community. So I'm glad that we have made it to this day today. I hope that we would have been on the terrace. However, the weather did not cooperate with us today. But nonetheless, this is something short of amazing from what we started from in that basement back at the Greek Orthodox Church. To tell me we were going to be here today, you could have bought me for a nickel. But I know the perseverance of this community, of the residents of ABLA, of the commitment from CHA, the commitment from Related Midwest, and not to stop there. As we stated then, the for sale housing commitment that just passed CHA at their past meeting, to continue building in this community, which is what was promised to people, what is needed for our community to grow and to expand. And so as I think about this and as we continue to move forward, this development was really something that we didn't think would happen. Not only did it happened with BIPOC developers. The first time in this ward and probably in this city that we've had a solid group of people deliver on almost $100 million project, people from this community, people in and about this community. So to tell us that it cannot happen today proves that not to be the case. So someone who is committed to helping us do these things, and again, we're gonna keep leaning on. He says he got $1 billion. I'm gonna find every penny of it and utilize it as we work in our community to build back better, to create a safer, stronger, and better community in the city of Chicago. Let's bring forward our Mayor Brandon Johnson.
Thank you so much, Alderman Irvin, for your leadership in that introduction. Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.
I am grateful to join you all today, but I want to make sure that we just celebrate some of the leaders who have made this moment possible. You're going to hear from her in just a moment, but our Department of Housing Commissioner, Lisette Castaneda, our CHA Interim CEO, Angela Herlock, the Vice President Related Midwest, Michael, thank you for being here, Michael Kaplan, our Executive Vice President of Related Midwest, Ann Thompson, got a chance to meet her earlier. And as been already described, the incredible leadership for the ABLA Local Advisory Council President, Mary Bagot, and everyone who's been involved to make this project happen. You know, I have to say, as the only other West Side mayor, I know that Anton Cermak would be so proud today. Taylor Street to Austin Boulevard, right? It is truly a great day for the people of Chicago as we work to build a better, stronger, safer city for everyone. I believe that safe and affordable and accessible housing is truly a basic human right, and it's something that we have to do everything in our power to fulfill. That is why my administration has been working so hard to remove the barriers and build more sustainable and affordable housing in Chicago through the various programs and initiatives that we put forward. Recently, we launched the Build Better Together, a comprehensive citywide economic development strategy focused on quality and affordable housing for everyone. But it also ensures that business and innovation and job growth can take place as well, while ensuring that we are investing in the neighborhoods to create more vibrant communities. So it's wonderful to be here today to celebrate yet another incredible milestone in the creation of more affordable housing options for Chicagoans. Roosevelt Square, which features 92 market rate apartments, 80 apartments for families with CHA subsidies, and 50 affordable workforce apartments. This truly is a testament to the soul of who we are, making sure that anyone and everyone who wishes to call Chicago their home or even return, that there are options for you. And this means that individuals and families that will call this place home have the opportunity to create a real strong foundation and a sense of community that's safe and sustainable. This truly is a great day for our city and all of our residents. When we build new housing, especially affordable housing, we build communities where families can plant their roots and grow for generations to come. It is through our efforts to build better together that we can look forward to more projects like this, as the Alderman has already expressed and alluded to, more groundbreakings, more ribbon cuttings like this one to ensure a safe and affordable, thriving city. I'm grateful to have partners in Springfield as well. We have State Representative Yolanda Morris is here today. Can you just wave your hand? Give her a nice round of applause. Working very hard in Springfield, but I know she's glad to be back on the west side of Chicago. But it's going to take those partnerships at the city, state, and county level to continue to build what I believe we have to do, which is the safest, most affordable big city in America. And so again, thank you to everyone who have helped make today possible. I look forward to seeing more affordable, sustainable housing being built in every single corner of the city. And the person who has taken my vision on through the Department of Housing, an incredible advocate, an incredible woman, incredibly competent, as well as skilled to do this type of work, bringing so many different interest groups together to be able to make sure that the city government shows up on behalf of the people. Our DOH Commissioner, Commissioner Castaneda.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you so much. I am so glad to be here with all of you today as we celebrate the completion of another phase of this transformative project for the Near West Side community. In addition to those that Mayor Johnson already recognized, I also want to give special recognition to folks from the Department of Planning and Development, as well as my incredible multifamily finance team, Anna Booth and Tamara Collins, and of course, Department of Law, without whom we can't get any of these things done. Of the 222 new units here at Roosevelt Square, 80 will be available to families with CHA subsidies, and 50 will be affordable to working class families. The residents will have access to features like a fitness room, a dog run, and bike storage. Additionally, 184 affordable units from a previous phase have been renovated and updated with features and increased energy efficiency. At the Chicago Department of Housing, we believe that your socioeconomic status should not prevent you from living somewhere with easy access to things like public transit, health services, and quality jobs. I'm thrilled that the residents of these homes will have all of that and more here in this neighborhood. Roosevelt Square will be the foundation for these families to thrive and build a life without the worry of being burdened by the cost of their rent. In fact, because their rent is affordable, they'll have more flexibility than they otherwise would to visit local businesses in the building and on the block. As we finally start to have some warmer weather, today notwithstanding, I can imagine a family leaving their new home excited to take a walk through the park across the street before heading to the library to check out a book. Along the way, they might stop for a bite to eat at one of Taylor Street's restaurants or do some shopping at a local store.
These residents will be deeply ingrained into this community, and just as they will benefit from all it has to offer, the community will benefit from their involvement and support. That's why DOH was proud to support with $17 million in TIF financing, $2.5 million in donation tax credits. The city also issued $76.25 million in tax-exempt bonds, which generated $5.29 million in 4% low-income housing tax credits. In total, this development received more than $101 million in public investment and financial support. Affordable housing's impact ripples through the entire neighborhood. Our entire city benefits when all Chicagoans have access to quality housing that meets their needs. 2 months ago, we were just on the street celebrating the opening of the new National Public Housing Museum. It was an incredible opportunity to reflect on the inspiring work of countless advocates who have strived to create quality, affordable housing for all in Chicago and beyond. Today, we still share that dream and work every day to realize it for every Chicagoan. I know there's much more work left to do, but it is vital to acknowledge moments like this today that move us closer to realizing this goal. So thank you all for being here to celebrate with us. And with that, it is my pleasure to introduce our great partner in this work, Interim CEO Angela Herlock.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you so much for being here today. As was mentioned by the commissioner, my name is Angela Herlock, and I serve as the interim CEO for the Chicago Housing Authority. I'd like to first start by thanking Mayor Johnson for his strong support of CHA and for his leadership, which is helping to spark investment not only here at Roosevelt Square, but all over Chicago. To our development partners, Related Midwest, and to the 28th Ward Alderman Jason Irvin, as well as to the community stakeholders who are part of this process, particularly the residents, and of course, Mary Bagot, the representative for the residents here. Also, we, as mentioned, our Commissioner Lisette Castaneda, who has always been an advocate for affordable housing as well. I'd also like to acknowledge the CHA team who worked long and hard on this project. And so I think some of them are here today, but specifically Lee Prater, Alam Khoury, Pam Cash, Kenny Rucker, Robin Broman, George Canoon, Sophia Wilson, Christopher Empalazera, Stephanie Slater, Cesar Pino, Gloria Quintana, and Charlotte Rain. Finally, and most importantly, I want to just take a moment to recognize all the CHA residents, past and present, and who are here with us today. You are the reason we do this work. There's a saying that says, promise deferred makes the heart sick. Today is a promise coming true. Thank you for your faith in us and for your partnership in this work. And you hear us say a lot that it takes a lot to get this work done. In fact, we said about 2 months ago at the grand opening of the National Public Housing Museum, but this project has been quite a journey. We kicked off Roosevelt Square Phase 3B in November of 2019, and that seems like almost a lifetime ago, considering what's transpired since that time. We've had high interest rates, inflation, and how could we forget a global pandemic? It took another 4 years before we put the shovels in the ground, but finally, after a long time, we were here today at the grand opening, celebrating 207 new apartments, including 75 homes that are subsidized for CHA families. With the opening of this new phase, CHA and Related have now completed 900 of the 2,000 planned residential apartments for Roosevelt Square. And that deserves an applause, right? That's almost half. Public and private partnerships like this one aim to do more than just provide housing opportunities. They seek to open pathways to long-term financial stability for low-income families and preserve the social and economic vitality and diversity that makes neighborhoods like the Near West Side so vibrant. I want to invite everyone to take a moment and just look around. Just look around at the four walls that we're in right now. Everything that you see here was built to the highest standards. From this well, we're not on the roof deck, but from this wonderful room that we're in, which is a shared common space, to the individual apartments. This is what high quality, dignified housing looks like. Take a good gander, because this is what every single person in Chicago deserves. And that's exactly what makes Roosevelt Square so important. At the CHA, we recognize that strong communities are made up of more than just housing. We believe that every resident, regardless of their income, deserves to live in a resourced area. We need that our families need to have things that help them to thrive, regardless of their income. And that's why CHA invests in housing that connects residents not only to their existing neighborhood resources, things like green space, job and career opportunities, public transit. When you go into some of the units, you will see our illustrious mayor said, you can check out when the bus is coming from here. You can see it down the street and run downstairs, right? Education enrichment and programs and more. By doing so, we help to ensure more families across Chicago can benefit from the supports that lead to long-term stability, upward mobility, and high quality of life. And while today marks a major milestone, our work at Roosevelt Square isn't over. Just last week, the CHA Board of Commissioners, and I want to acknowledge, I see Commissioner Washington back there, if you want to raise your hand. Our Board of Commissioners approved the next phase of development, which will allow Related Midwest to develop 23 for-sale, market rate, and affordable townhomes on what is currently CHA-owned vacant land. 4 of those townhomes will be designated for affordable buyers at or below 120% area median income. This is the kind of innovative partnership that helps low-income families achieve their dreams not only of home ownership, but also to develop generational wealth. CHA's mission is not just about housing. It's about people, people first. And it's about ensuring that families have a place to build their future, that seniors have a place to thrive, and that communities have a foundation to grow stronger together. Because as you know, we are better together. We build better together. Today is a testament to that mission in action, and it's a celebration of what we can achieve when we work together to create lasting change. I'm so grateful to share this milestone with all of you. And now I would like to introduce our illustrious president of the ABLA Local Advisory Council, Mary Bagot.
Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon. It's always a pleasure to be here with you all. I am Mary Bagot, the LAC president for ABLA Community. As the president of Local Advisory, I stand firm in preservation and creation of CHA and mixed income housing on Chicago near West Side. Preserving housing means protecting the history, the dignity, the future of our community. I also work to ensure that the residents have access to safe, quality housing, not just a roof over their head, but a true community, a community that connects them, supports them, and create opportunities for every individual to strive and reach their goal, full potentials. These new buildings are an investment in our future of our neighborhood while honoring its past, new addition like the National Public Housing Museum. Lisa. Roosevelt Square allows families who have called the neighborhood home for generations remain here. We also look forward to welcoming new residents to our community and introducing them to all the ABLA and Roosevelt Square have to offer. I want to thank Mayor Johnson, Alderman Irving, Housing Authority, Department of Housing, Related Midwest, for including us on the ongoing transformation of Roosevelt Square. We've come a long way together, and I look forward to continuing collaborate process in the months and years ahead. Not only do I want to just thank those people, I also want to thank Boa Construction, which is NOSA, Without his support, we had a lot of residents working on this project. Also, MIKK, who also hired residents and gave contracts to resident-owned businesses. So I just want to say thank you to all of you. And I love everything that y'all are doing. Please continue to keep doing the good work in ABLA community. Thank you all.
Thank you, Ms. Bagot. Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon. I'm Michael Kaplan, Vice President of Affordable Housing at Related Midwest. I'm honored to be here as we celebrate the completion of over 200 new homes here in the West Side. I've had the privilege of leading this development for about 8 years, since the basement of the Greek Orthodox Church onto the Taylor Street Apartments and Little Italy Branch Library and to these buildings here today. To date, we've delivered nearly 900 of the 2,000 planned residential units. And our work is far from complete, but we're overjoyed to be able to celebrate this milestone with you all today before getting back to work tomorrow. You know, the most exciting part of this work to me is that building the buildings is just the beginning. These 3 buildings will be home to thousands of Chicagoans over the next 100 years. These are families who have been in this neighborhood for generations, as well as new families that moved to Chicago for better opportunities. Although these buildings serve a broad spectrum of income levels, every unit has the same modern features, access to amenities, and amazing views of our great city. As part of this phase, we also rehabilitated 15 residential units in the last remaining Jane Addams housing building, and supported the development of the National Public Housing Museum, which opened this spring and is absolutely amazing. I highly recommend a visit for anyone who has not yet been. And supporting commercial as part of this project has always been a key component of our development plan. This project brings 10,000 square feet of retail, with the Slice Shop and Fresh Shop, local grocer and pizzeria, set to open this summer. Before we conclude, I want to recognize the incredible efforts of our project team, the architects that Ann mentions, BOA, MIKK, Blackwood, GMA as general contractors, BMO Harris, CIBC, Hudson Housing, our elected officials and governmental partners, and of course my friends and colleagues at Related Midwest. Your expertise and passion have brought Roosevelt Square to life, and I'm extremely proud of what we've accomplished. We're excited to share the progress with you, so I invite you to join us for a tour of the model unit on the 2nd floor. It's a great chance to experience firsthand the quality and vision of the community. Representatives are here to guide you to the 2nd floor and to the residences. But again, just want to thank you all for being here today. And before we do that, we're going to cut the ribbon.
There you go.